This major Larry Hoover drama is one of the greatest examples that we have of why the internet is the devil's greatest playground. Larry Hoover has been in prison 50 plus years with no scandal, but of course, all that came to an end the minute the internet iggas thought that Larry Hoover was coming home. It was being falsely reported that Trump had pardoned Larry Hoover and he was coming home when that's not true at all. Larry Hoover still has a 200-year state sentence for a murder, so Trump commuting his federal sentence does nothing. He still is probably going to die in prison, to be honest. But the very thought that he was going to come home and get to enjoy a peaceful life and live out his old age in peace, that thought rattled the haters and the internet igaboos because they began to work tirelessly to try to expose or find any dirt on Larry Hoover because this is what the internet do. 50 years, no scandal. The minute that man is about to be free or y'all thought he's about to be free, here comes the backlash. Here comes the exposure. Ooh, I hate you, igaboos, man. After searching long and hard, they finally ran across an article from 1968 that they believe had some dirt on Larry Hoover, and that was enough to blast him. YouTuber 1090 Jake did a video on this confirming that paperwork is real. Now, he didn't go looking for it. He's not the one who posted it first. However, him just doing a video on it got him a lot of backlash. People felt like this is him getting revenge on the GDs that he don't like. This 1090 Jake video, from my perspective, was definitely a personal video and a get back to all the GDs he don't like. Because you could see in the very beginning of the video, he has a GD crying.
My mom, he free. Who? Larry Hoover, he free, bro. Yes, sir.
Larry. Now, this is his this is big as op, all right? This is the biggest GD in the world, man. King Yella.
They mad that we is GD.
So 1090 Jake is taking great pleasure in exposing Larry Hoover's paperwork. However, after he exposed Larry Hoover's paperwork, somebody else came out to say that 1090 Jake is wrong and Larry Hoover is not a snitch. So we're going to cover everything. Let's just get to 1090 Jake and why he believes Larry Hoover is a snitch. And then we'll get to somebody else who was actually one of the dudes that Larry Hoover supposedly snitched on. He's speaking out, and he has some things to say about Larry Hoover as well.
Parker High School sat in the Inglewood neighborhood on the south side of Chicago. On September 4th, 1968, it was the first day of school, and it would be turned to a crime scene. Leader of the Supreme Gangsters, 18-year-old Larry Hoover, informed the police that he was standing in the school hall just outside the principal's office when two members of the East Side Disciples appeared. They were identified as 18-year-old James Highsmith and 20-year-old Leonard Longstreet, and they did not go to Parker High. Hoover told police the two walked past me in the hall, and Highsmith smiled. Then Longstreet said, "Burn him," and Highsmith pulled a gun and started shooting. I got hit. Larry Hoover, the 18-year-old leader of the Supreme Gangsters that came before the Gangster Disciples' creation, flat out told the police two rival gang members entered his school and shot him.
If this ain't all the examples you need for why the streets are stupid, then I don't know what else you need, bruh. One of the people who literally may have created the rule book on what it means to be a gangster, if that person at one point in time told, come on, bruh. Come on. And you think what? Like your homie who you know ain't like that? Your homie who you know soft? Who you know he don't really want no smoke? He can't really survive jail? And you surprised that that homie told on you for a chicken nugget? Cut it out, man. Yo, Larry Hoover telling don't surprise me at all. Now, even though some people will say this don't count as telling, man, these rap niggas been telling since the 70s, bruh. But they found a way to get by. And apparently it ain't snitching if it ain't black and white. That's the new rules now, bruh. After enough rappers got exposed for snitching, the new rule became it ain't snitching if it ain't black and white. And by black and white, we mean if it's not a signed statement, if you don't got me in the interrogation room on camera telling it don't count. Because apparently the police be lying. I'm even shocked that people are trying to hold Larry Hoover accountable or they're calling him out for telling or considering this telling, bruh. Because we done seen enough rappers get exposed and the first excuse is it ain't black and white. There's no sworn statement. Oh man, the police be capping. So if the police is, let's say, arresting you and you tell them a little too much and it's not caught on body camera, but they still include it in their police report. And the police report came out like, yo, he told us that John shot Ray Ray down the block at 3 p.m. The police included that in their report. They used that to find out who did what. However, when it comes to really going all the way with the telling, you don't want to go all the way because you understand there's going to be a track record of this. So you don't say nothing in the interrogation room. You don't give no sworn statement. All you got is telling the police he shot that person at 3 p.m. down the block. Well, they will say, what? I didn't snitch. The police be lying, man. You know the police be capping, bro. If it ain't black and white, it don't count. That's the new rules now, apparently, all right? Shout out to Whack 100 because Whack 100 was able to locate the man Jimmy Highsmith, who Larry Hoover allegedly told on in a 1968 newspaper article, and he did a full interview with Whack 100. And here's what he had to say in regards to whether or not Larry Hoover told on him.
All right, so listen, let this be clear. I'm on the phone with some with individuals from Chicago, not just individuals, but one of the individuals that was involved in this shooting that happened with Larry Hoover, where people are running around with the narrative that Larry Hoover told on these individuals. So I'm gonna let the brother speak and tell me if there's some truth to that, no truth to that. My disposition is newspaper article is not looked at as legal documents, so I've been standing against it. So I'm gonna let the brother speak, let y'all know who he is. We all see the names that was posted on the internet about the shooters, and he gonna tell us what his facts of how this situation went, what they are. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, my name is James Highsmith. I was the shooter cause it's not alleged. I did do the shooting and I did serve time in prison. But it wasn't at the behest of Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover never told me. Matter of fact, there was over 100 people in the hallway, so
he would actually say not only did Larry Hoover not tell, that he never even seen a statement from Larry Hoover, and that other people who was in the hallway, they wrote statements on him and not Larry Hoover. Now, he would also go on to say that he went through this entire case, and Larry Hoover couldn't even tell if Larry Hoover wanted to tell because he actually pled guilty before anybody could come to court and really bury him.
there wasn't no way everybody knew I did it.
Now, I want to make that part clear. Out the gate, the shooter, Mr. James Highsmith, just said it was a bunch of people in the hallway. Larry Hoover never told on him. Let's keep it rolling.
They didn't need Larry Hoover to tell. First of all, and secondly, and more importantly, is that the whole narrative that the newspaper had and a lot of people was repeating in a lot of books never did happen like that. And as long as he wasn't with me, he was down the hallway. Did nobody tell me to burn that man? 2 girls came and told me that they was coming down there to jump on me, but I could have left, but I had a pistol, so I waited for him. And that's what happened.
Okay. He said the other individual that was named in the newspaper article, where they said he told James burn Larry Hoover, said that never happened. Dude was way down the hallway somewhere. He said 2 girls told him they called Larry and them to come jump on him. So instead of leaving, he had a pistol, so he waited on them to show up. And when they showed up, he got busy. Let's keep it going. Got you. So y'all had y'all personal issues regardless of what it was. You was the shooter. It was a bunch of people in the hallway that probably gave description or probably knew who you was or saw whatever it was they saw. But with you fighting the case, Larry Hoover was never a name that cooperated against you, is what you're saying.
I'm saying that plus He couldn't have never cooperated with me because I already pleaded out. You know, and the paperwork is that Larry Hoover never made a statement, period.
Now, he further goes on to say, Larry Hoover never made a statement on him, period, and he pleaded out. Wasn't no statement there. Let's keep it rolling. Again, supporting what I thought happened, that with this whole newspaper article, they putting what they want to put in there. Remember, man, like, information to tear you down. They try to do it to me every day. If I wasn't a strong individual I was, I'd have been ran off the internet. But listen, my support system, my mental, it don't matter. Let's keep it rolling. That's what your paperwork read.
My paper wasn't no statement made by Larry Hoover, so it wasn't no paperwork, period.
Got you. Now, another thing is, because I'm going to be real, brother, because this is dangerous waters for me, but I feel like I got a platform and I've done time before.
That's the real James Highsmith. I'm kind of impressed because how did Wack 100 get on the phone with James Highsmith? Yo, Wack is connected with mad people. But even if Larry Hoover did tell on James Highsmith, I don't care, bro. I think this is a great example to prove why the street code is stupid. But in terms of, does this really tell me anything I need to know about Larry Hoover's character? It doesn't. All right? It tells me zilch, iota about Larry Hoover's character. This man allegedly told the police after being shot, like minutes after being shot, that somebody shot him at 19 years old. And to me, that should be an indicator of his character right now in his 70s. Also, Larry Hoover denounced the gangs. Larry Hoover said he's done gangbanging. Gangbanging is dumb. And he has completely disavowed and denounced it. So isn't Larry Hoover technically a civilian right now? So who cares, bro? Now, 1090 Jake will respond back to this James Highsmith dude. James Highsmith will respond back to 1090 Jake on Facebook. And somebody will repost it on Instagram, and 1090 will respond back in the Instagram comments of the reposter. So James Highsmith will write, he never snitched on me. In fact, it didn't happen the way they described it. None of it. I refuse to rehatch something that happened 57 years ago. Stop it. So Highsmith is saying, I mean, I know he didn't tell the police that, because if he told the police that, then he would be accurate because he watched everything happen. But no, like the story he told the police was completely false. 1090 will respond back. OG Highsmith told in his 90s Fed case, post the paperwork. So 1090 is saying this other dude is a snitch, so he's protecting Larry Hoover, who is an alleged snitch at this point, okay? Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think, man? Civilians, stay out of this, bro. This ain't our fight, man. These street dudes been telling on each other since the 70s, bro. I'll be real. 99.9% of them are rats. All right, so yeah, a street dude being exposed as a rat ain't no surprise, bro. 99.9% of them are rats. And I'll be real. The only reason why I don't say 100% because I ain't meet 100% of street dudes, bro. But 99.9% are rats, right? They will tell on you. They don't got no morals, no principles, no code of conduct. Cut it out, bruh. So when I see even 1090 saying, yo, James Highsmith told, well, duh. Why would you not tell in a Fed case? Like, why would you go down for 50 years playing with the feds? Y'all let me know in the comment section, all right? What do you guys think about this, man? All right, and if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen to find out how the lawsuit that exposed Roc Nation and Desiree Perez, find out how things just got 100% worse. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.